I start with dots, lines and motifs. I really don't have any, I hardly start with any sketch. I focus on my canvas, and whatever I see on the canvas, I follow it to a logical conclusion. Then I sign off when I feel the work is matured enough. And basically, I don't even title my work until I finish it. Then I study it for like some few days, and I give it the title that fits the work. So basically, I'm not projected by inspiration. I'm more projected. I'm more driven by what I see on the canvas and the lines that I follow. So I follow the flow of my lines. The work behind us is titled The Bath. It's a bit biblical in the sense that it was an extraction from the Bible. I don't know, there is this story in the Bible, if you read the story, where King Solomon had to judge between two women who were laying claim to a child, and through their body and countenance he was able to decipher who the real owner of the child was. That was what inspired this. But it was not like it was not built to project any particular philosophy. It was just following my line.
And by the right, light and shade interplay in Kehinde Osho's art piece about a child's search. He tells us more about it.
I love their forms. If you look at those work, you see the forms as in the shapes. You know, I like rendering shapes. You understand me? So I enjoy painting forms. I enjoy contrast painting. My style in that aspect is called a way where I use darker tone and a lighter tone to make a statement. So I use strong darker tone against lighter tone, and my colors preferably I use harsh colors. I enjoy it, or perhaps I would say it's a kind of a process for me now. Initially it wasn't the brown tones, but there's a kind of gradation, a kind of movement, and a kind of flow in my colors. But presently I'm working on the brown skin.
Albert Einstein once said, "Time is what clocks measure." But what defines a clock? Is it accuracy, design, or sheer creativity?
It started as a hobby. I found that a lot of people tend to buy a lot unusual clocks from us, and I thought, why not just do something different rather than just selling home accessories? So we started Clockamania, which came out of multicolors. So that's how we started collecting clocks from all over the world. So that's how Clockamania came into being. And now we make clocks, not just selling clocks, because really anybody can sell clocks.
This breathtaking array of clocks are spread in a manner that sends some down memory lane.
Actually, it reminds me so much of my late mother. May she rest in peace. You know, she used to tell me, seize the day, carpe diem, that Latin word. Carpe diem, make use of the time when you can now. Just coming here, seeing the whole thing, reminds me so much of her.
Clockamania, exhibiting at the Freedom Park in Lagos, is delivering these pieces to explore new ways to make clocks attractive.
For me, it's not the difficult part, but the fun part, in that I'm using things around us and turning them into clocks. So it's really fun for me.
And even takes time out to advise a group of excited children on the essence of time. Antiques, modern, bizarre, complicated.
Very, very TikTok. A lot of fascinating stuff, actually. I wish I could have almost everything here. They're really cool, really nice. Who knew that you could do so many things with a clock? They're really awesome.
These clocks mean different things to different people.
My favorite happens to be the turntables and the clock created as men playing musical instruments because I'm a musician. So I think I kind of tally with that. And for others who are into various kind of works, I think they would also find, things that would also suit them here.
I've never seen anything like it before. I kind of just walked into it. I didn't even know what to expect. But it's amazing that you could do so many different things with a clock. Blown away, definitely. Yeah.
From cuckoo clocks to grandfather clocks, the collection here does make time stand still.
We focus so much on the art itself that we sometimes forget that just like any other precious possession hopes to find its dwelling place, a work of art is meant for collectors. They are the ones that encourage the art industry to grow, and there are a handful of them that have been making impact in their little corners. Samuel Olagbaju is one of them. The chairman of the Visual Art Society of Nigeria, who has turned a section of his home into a mini gallery, tells us about how this rendezvous with the arts began.
I didn't go to schools that were taught art, otherwise I would have developed my interest a bit more vigorously. But still, pictures fascinated me. When I went to the university, I was encouraged to take advantage of the works in the lending library, and I borrowed works from there to put up in my rooms and in the college university rooms. And so when I came back here to Nigeria after my student days, my training days, I naturally began to take an interest in art and what artists do.
Now, how was the art scenario in the 50s, 60s, and 70s?
Nigerian art was promoted by some of the embassies, the Goethe Institute, the Italian Institute, the Russian Institute, Russian Embassy were very active in exhibiting works by Nigerian artists and affording us an opportunity. I remember going to the very first exhibition by 277, Oyelami, Jim O'Brien, and they had this exhibition at the Goethe Institute, which is not far from the office where I worked on Broad Street. So they had the exhibition, there were lots of expatriates that came, some Nigerians, and then the director introduced them, spoke about their works, and asked them to reply. They came to me and said, "Oh, Egbon, you have to do the thing for us. You have to talk to these people because we don't speak English much."
In our little chat, it's not hard to see that these are indeed his crown jewels, in whom he is well pleased and is eager to show them off to any visitor, hoping to get more people to fall in love with the arts. Do you think people now collect art for money or for the love of it?
It's like lubricating the market. If you have 10 and what women and what works, you might decide, all right, okay, this is a very profitable market now. You might decide to get rid of two, sell two of those works. It's really up to the collector. But as you know, the market is now on the rise and really getting quite exciting because now there are auctions and so on and so forth. But you must not be misled by that. Auctions are for a certain purpose.
From the look of things, I think you are a lover of paintings.
I do have some sculpture, but I would say that if I go to an exhibition, within half an hour of I getting to an exhibition, I have already formed in my mind what I want. So it's easy for me to go to a preview of an exhibition choose some works.